Well, in that regard, tell me a little bit about turning innovations, scientific breakthroughs, and the like into marketable products that people can benefit from in their daily life. I think you have some experience with that at MIT through something called the engine. How's it work?
Well, it's working very well, but that is the other fine tuning that we need to do in our ecosystem. The first fine tuning that I'm suggesting is that we need to continue to advance and to have federal support and all sort of support for basic science, for basic research, for advancing knowledge. But all of it cannot be just discovery, curiosity. We have to do use inspired as well. That's one fine tuning that I would like us to do. And that's what the Science Act, the science part of the Chips and Science Act, hopefully will address. The second issue is exactly the point you made. So, okay, you have from advancing knowledge, from science, you have technologies. From technologies, you start innovating. Well, in our ecosystem, the way America works, you can innovate in the software space, in the digital space. You can innovate products that you know very early. Investors can tell very early that they'll be very successful or they will fail, and they can just cut the funding off. So it's a much faster way to get a return on the investment. And that produces all these large companies that we have today that we invest so heavily and so successfully. But there is this other kind of investment based on new science, based on new technology that society needs. That society needs to address climate change, to address a variety of issues, things that are not just digital, things that you have to build, whether it's a new way of creating energy like fusion energy or a new storage device, things that you need to build based on new technology. Those take time. And by and large, our market economy doesn't have the patience to invest in products that take time to develop, even though society may need them. And I think that's the other area in which we have to fine tune. I saw that years ago. I saw that many of the ideas coming out of this place and other places like this one, like MIT, they could do wonders for society. They would not get the venture funding because they would take too long to develop. If you have money to invest, you put it in areas in which you're going to get a quick return of the investment. Why invest on something which may take 10 years? Society needs them, but you want to invest in what can give you a very fast return. So the engine that we created here was to address that, what I call a market failure, to address companies that are going to produce products that we need them in society, but that the capital system, the risk capital of today or the 5 years ago, even today, is not willing to invest heavily on them because there are other avenues in which they can get a return faster. That's why the engine was created. I wanted not just for those products to reach the marketplace. I want the young people here at MIT and other universities to see that their ideas that can change the world, change society, and improve standards of living. They can find a way to the marketplace as opposed to being filed away. That was the heart of it. The engine is funded. Is funded by private capital. These are investors that want a return of their investment, but they can be patient. They don't want it in 3 years or in 5 years. They could wait 10 years. That is the other part of our ecosystem that I think needs a little bit more attention to.